Hello, welcome back to another episode of Armchair Author Chats. We have another amazing guest today, SherryAnn Byron, the author of Pieces of Me and the Wedge Between Us, her newest novel. And without further ado, let's bring her on. She's exciting. I cannot wait to get you guys chatting with her. Hi, SherryAnn, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
Very well, thank you, thank you. How's the weather there?
It's nice. Very nice.
Good, good. Fall is creeping in finally, right?
Yep, finally.
So let's start with some magic. Can you share the moment that you first felt the spark to write your book?
When my think tank was overflowing, I knew it was time to write a novel.
Nice.
Um, mhm.
So, in your book is a roller coaster of emotions, and I love I love a fictional novel that really pulls you in. What inspires such a captivating storyline?
My novels are a collage of emotions that are the result of my unforgettable characters. Psychological horror. The need for society to have unconditional empathy for one another is the inspiration for both of my novels.
Wow.
I think I think that everyone should have empathy for each other, you know, and that's what I try to convey to through my characters in my novels.
I love that. Can you give us a sneak peek behind the curtain and tell us about your writing routine or any quirky habits you might have while writing?
When I write, I set the stage for my creativity by simmering down. I always have a glass of iced decaf herbal tea and my psychological hammer by my side.
Oh, I like that. That's great.
This is my psychological hammer.
I love it. How do we use that? Do we?
I will tell you later on in the interview.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
I'm excited. So your characters feel so very real. Do you secretly borrow traits from other people you know or purely imaginative?
Um, they're a recipe of both.
Oh, yeah,
So both.
nice. So, can you share any funny or unusual stories that happened while you were writing or promoting your book?
In Pieces of Me, when Shirley Cohn reaps everything she sowed, I think that's really humorous because she's a very funny character and she everything she does, she reaps that later on and it just gets funnier and funnier with her. In The Wedge Between Us, when Wednesday Hobgoblin takes control over the entire captivating novel, she then becomes very funny and strange.
Oh, I love that. Very deep characters because they grow. I
Hmm.
like that. Writing isn't always easy. How do you push through writer's block or tough days?
When my um, I I'm sorry, I lost it.
Oh, that's
um,
okay. Do you ever have writer's block?
yes, I do. When I get writer's block, I push through it by just simmering down, just being relaxed, simmering down, and just letting the jaws of the writer's block take over my think tank and just sit with it. And then
Nice.
eventually it will go away.
That's
That's
nice.
how I work out.
So you
Mhm.
really just allow it to happen. and let it work itself out. I like that.
Right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's great. So every author has their favorite part of writing. Which scene or chapter in your books that you enjoyed crafting the most?
Um, in Pieces of Me, it was funny when Laura Clay went to combat with a rat and a bat.
I
So
love
I
that.
enjoyed writing that.
Oh, that's
um,
great.
and in The Wedge Between Us, it was humorous when attorney Kendrick Chestnut makes the contrast between a fart and the defendant's actions.
I love
That was
that.
fun to write. That was funny. It was really
Yeah,
funny.
it would be. Oh, that's amazing. That would be fun. I love that. You know you're onto something when you pleased yourself, right? When you're going, oh man, that's just too good.
Right.
It's very
Yep.
good. I like that. So
And
publish, go
oops,
ahead.
just to go back over the writer's block,
Sure.
it's the writer's block when it places its jaws upon my think tank, it's time to rest and wait until it lets go. And then I
Yeah.
can write again.
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, sort of what we were touching on. Just feel it, feel that emotion. Let it just let it happen, and then it'll pass.
Because if I fight it, then it gets worse,
That's
you
fair.
know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Publishing a book is no small feat. What was your biggest aha moment during the publishing process?
When my first novel arrived and I held my dream in my human hands for the first time, I really felt like an author, and my dream had become a reality.
I love that. Oh, I love that. That's precious. I love that. If your book were to be adapted into a movie, who would you dream cast in lead roles?
Okay, let's see. In Pieces of Me, I would want the traits that Jack Nicholson portrayed as the Joker in the 1989 Batman movie to be woven into the textures of my character's psychological responses to the ferocious acts of Oswald Parker.
I can totally see him in there.
Mhm.
Very good
In the
choice.
wedge, oops, in the wedge between us, I would want the same traits of the Joker to infiltrate the judge.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that would be so
So
good.
if you could just imagine like the Joker being a judge
Yes.
or the Joker being a serial killer.
Right. I mean, he's so transferable in that because I mean, oh man, my imagination can just totally go with that. That's so great. Those are great choices. So, we all love a good story. What's one book, not your own, that you would recommend?
The Holy Bible.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. Balance is key. How do you juggle writing with other responsibilities or interests?
Time management keeps me on the straight and narrow. Um, the only responsibility that limits my writing is the constant harassment of eye surgery.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, can you plan around that, or does that, it's just when it happens, it happens?
No, I plan around it. I try to get all my writing in, everything I have to do prior to the surgery, because after the surgery, I'm not going to be able to see correctly for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that time, just say it's time to rest. And then when I get better again, then I can go back to writing.
Yeah. And for our audience members who aren't aware, do you want to divulge what we're talking about so they understand why you're having the eye surgeries?
I have to have eye surgery usually each month, once a month, so that the doctors can keep me from going blind.
Yeah. So You really are getting over, you know, such trials month to month to month. And to be able
Yeah,
to not just one book, but two books, I mean, that is just amazing. You are so amazing.
thank you.
So let's dream big. What's next on your creative journey? Any new projects, ideas, or genres you're excited to explore?
Currently working on my new novel, which is completely different from my first and second novel.
Ooh,
This new novel has required me to embark upon a different study to be able to write it. So I've stepped out of myself and I'm learning a whole new thing that I don't even know about for the third novel.
ooh. So, can you give us a hint of what the genre is?
Um, it touches on chemical warfare
Okay.
as well, and it has the psychological component to it, like Pieces of Me in the Wedge Between Us. But it's just and the other thing that I've never studied about before is horses.
Mm.
So there's some stuff with horses in that novel as well.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to this one. I love it. So let's do some bonus fun questions.
Okay.
What's your favorite writing snack or drink? I know you mentioned some iced tea earlier, but do you have anything quirky?
When I'm writing, I feel full of creativity, so I don't eat.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have anything, it's decaffeinated herbal tea, either hot or cold, and
Yeah,
that's my thing, and my
yeah.
psychological hammer.
And the psychological hammer. I love that. I think we all need one of those. If your life were a book, what would the title be?
Beautifully broken
Oh,
would be the
I love that. Beautiful, beautiful. What quirky writing rituals might you have?
time. I always have my psychological hammer with me, just in case my cognitive processing starts tinkering. That tinkering sometimes needs simmering down so I can create my masterpieces.
Mm, I
So
like that.
that's
I like that common thing I keep hearing in your answers about simmering down.
mhm.
Is do you also take that in to consideration when you want to relax or unwind? I love this. How do you do that?
Yes, I think a lot of time you can get really nervous and then like I am now obviously and
You're
if
doing
you
great.
don't take if you don't take the time to simmer down then I don't as far as writing then I can't write effectively.
Right.
And part of that is just sitting with the herbal tea and getting into the taste of it, how it affects me emotionally. Um, and that whole simmering down piece is where then I can write. Sometimes my think tank gets so full of so much that I want to write, then you get overwhelmed. So drinking the tea just kind of puts everything in perspective, and then I take my time and I'm able to, empty out my mind into my creativity.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Well, thank you, Sherry Ann, for being here. I appreciate you. You are beautiful, amazing. You have gone through so much to get to this point in your career, and I hope we keep seeing more from you because you are amazing. If you guys
Thank
haven't
you.
read any of her books, you better get on it. Don't be sleeping on it. Is there anything you would like to leave our audience with for details on how they can buy your books or reach out and connect to you?
If you would like one of my novels, you can contact me personally at sbauthor@outlook.com. That's my email. And you can also find me on Facebook and contact me there as well. I will personally autograph or sign the book for you and get the book out to you, the novel out to you, so you can start reading.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, SherryAnn.
Thank you so much for having me.
And that brings us to another episode of Armchair Author Chats. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. For more information, links will be in the description below and also in the show notes on the podcast. If you like this interview, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share it.